morning, guys. So today Isaiah is 8 months. So I was going to take the time and film his update today. He's been a little cranky, so we'll see if we can get through it. He is popping his 4th tooth, so that's something we're going to talk about. But as for where he's at right now, he is still in 12-month clothing. I don't know his height. Last time we were at the doctor, he was 28 inches. So right this moment, I'm actually going to take him and go weigh him, just using the scale and weighing myself, doing the math, that kind of thing. Because we haven't been to the doctors in a while, and I will let you know how much he weighs. I'll be right back. As for our bathroom scale, I just went and weighed, and doing the math, he is 22 pounds and 8 ounces, supposedly. He's a big boy. I guess we'll start off with how eating is going. Right? You love eating. He loves absolutely everything. Everything we've given to him, he loves it, whether it's puree or solid. He loves to feed himself. He'll still eat purees, so we're doing about half self-feeding, half purees. But he's getting to the point where he does not want to be spoon-fed. He's fighting me a lot with it, so eventually we're going to get to the point where we're cutting it out. But there's still things like yogurt and soup and stuff that he needs to eat with a spoon, so I'm trying to figure out how to handle that one. He'll try anything we give him. He absolutely loves to eat whatever's on my plate. Doesn't matter what it is, he wants to try it. So usually, if it's something he can just eat, I'll give it to him. Or if it's something that he can't have, like if it's kale or something like that, I'll chew it up for him and give it to him. So bird feeding. And he doesn't turn anything down. He loves everything. Is that good? Even fabric. Yeah. We're still working with trying to get him to use a sippy cup. He likes to chew on it, but whenever he actually gets a drink out of it, he chokes. So we're still working with that. He hasn't gotten it really well yet. As for formula, he is actually back on the formula that we originally started with when he was 2 months. Through our long journey with that, he has gone back to that. And he seems to be doing really well. He's still on the Miralax to deal with constipation. But as for the spit up, it's gone down quite a bit. He still spits up. He spits up from his solids. He spits up from his formula. So we're still dealing with that reflux. But the fact that there's no screaming gas, or it's just not, tons and tons of spit up, things are definitely getting better. So we're really enjoying that. You want this? You want to play with the world? You're going to eat the world. You can eat the world? Yeah. Okay. So sleep was going really, really well. He was sleeping through the night. Then once we switched on to this formula, he actually started waking up. He still sleeps for a 7 or 8 hour stretch, which is great. So he'll get up around 4 or 5 a.m. for a bottle, which is fine. I still actually get adequate sleep, so that's great. I don't mind getting up and giving him a bottle, because then my day starts earlier and I can actually get some stuff done before he's up. So it's actually been really beneficial. As for naps, for the last 3 weeks or so, we have actually cut out his 3rd nap, and he seems to be doing really well with it. The other day, though, he actually cut it down to 1 nap, which I was really nervous about because I was not ready to transition to him only having 1 nap. But thankfully, it was just a fluke. For some reason, he was up for a huge stretch of time in the morning. I'm guessing it had to do with teething, but not sure. But we are back to the normal 2 naps, which is really, really helpful. He functions a lot better that way. I function a lot better that way, so that's been good. The one thing for sleeping that I'm really not sure about is whether to keep giving him the Wubbanub. He doesn't use the nipple on the Wubbanub. Really? Yeah? He doesn't use the nipple on the Wubbanub. He actually sucks on the legs, and he uses it to put himself back to sleep, but he doesn't always use it. Like in the middle of the night, he doesn't always grab it to go back to sleep, but he definitely uses it during naps. So I'm not quite sure whether to let him to continue to do that or to take it away. When we initially sleep trained him, he didn't have anything. So he was still waking up 3 times at the night to eat. And once I gave him the Wubbanub, that stopped. So I'm not sure whether to take it away at this point or let him to continue to have it, if it's a habit that's okay to have, especially with the fact that he's got his teeth now. I don't want him, biting into it and end up eating stuffing in the middle of the night. So I'm trying to figure out where we want to go with that. So back with the teeth. So he had his first bottom 2 at 6 months. But now, within this last month, he has popped his top left tooth. And I just noticed yesterday there is a big white bump on the right side. It hasn't come all the way through yet, but you can definitely see it's trying to break through, which I think explains his mood and the fact that everything is going in his mouth, even my shirt. You know? You have all these toys, and you're choosing to eat me. All these toys. Moving on to his language development. He is extremely noisy, definitely has a lot to say, but he's not saying any words. This last couple days he's been rather quiet, and I think it has to do with the fact he doesn't feel good. You really want my shirt. But a lot of what he says is he'll say baba a lot, and he just says it repeatedly, like over and over and over, especially when he's really happy or excited. But when he's super angry, he'll say something that sounds similar to ma, and he'll say that repeatedly. But it's not quite mama or mom or anything like that, but it's definitely his anger and happy have two completely different sounds. But he hasn't associated his noises with anything or associated us with anything. So we're still working on that language development of figuring out who's who and how to figure that out, and working on hi and waving, but we haven't gotten it yet, which is fine. You know, he can take his time. No rush. You can stay little as long as you want. He's still not very mobile. We went to the chiropractor to get him checked out to see if there was anything structurally that was preventing, and there's not. He's a little tight in the muscle area. He's pretty good at sitting. He can sit for a long period of time. I still have a pillow behind him just because, he occasionally likes to throw himself back. Yeah. And hit his head, and then he's not a happy camper after that. So we just keep one there in case, even though he's got some pretty strong abs. So the thing that's been really hindering his movement is he does not want to be on his stomach. He just wants to sit. He either wants to be standing in one of his standing things or his jumper. Yeah, or anything like that. He does not want to be on his belly. So we're not quite sure how he's going to learn to crawl, but we're still being dedicated of putting him on his stomach no matter how angry he gets with it. I've actually been putting him on his knees recently and making him rock, which he's doing pretty good with it, but he only does it for so long. One thing that's been really weird with his mobile development is he's actually regressed in the fact that he won't roll over anymore. I put him on his stomach and he just lays there and cries. He used to like flip right over, and now he doesn't do anything. He just lays there upset. So not quite sure what's up with that. He does occasionally toss and turn if we have him on the bed, because he'll toss and turn to grab edges of blankets and stuff like that. But when he's on the floor, he doesn't do anything. Yeah. You got hair in your mouth. Yucky. One thing I've really been enjoying is the fact that he loves people. He doesn't seem to have any kind of social anxiety or stranger danger, so I can just toss him off to whoever and he seems pretty happy. Occasionally I'll notice that he's looking to try and find where I am, but I've had just about anybody hold him and he's completely okay with it. I'll toss him around at church, or when we're out at different things with the family, or just anywhere. It's like, here, take him. Somebody else hold him, because I don't want him to be completely attached to me. I don't want him to get separation anxiety, because it makes it way more difficult to do anything. But I've been really happy that he's social and likes people. He especially loves watching kids. That hasn't changed. He's been that way since he was very little. It's really fun watching him interact with kids his age and kids older than him, just seeing the excitement in his eyes. It's really cute. As for likes and dislikes, we'll start with dislikes. This guy recently, I don't know why, has absolutely started hating the blender more than anything else. He doesn't mind some loud noises. Like, he loves loud music. He has no problem with that. But like the drill or blender or specific specific sounds like that really get him upset, and he starts bawling and things like that, and I have to calm him down. So if I'm going to make a smoothie or something, I usually have to do it while he's still asleep. You want this one? As for the things that he likes, he loves going outside. He loves spending time with his doggies, especially Denali. Denali's his favorite. I think mostly because Denali interacts with him, but he loves touching all of them because they're soft. He loves really soft fabrics. especially like our furry blankets, or I have this white long-haired furry pillow on my bed that he just thinks is the greatest thing, especially if I brush it against his face. He loves playing in the water. He hasn't had any experience outside of just the bathtub, but it's one of his favorite times. He loves splashing. I usually end up getting a shower while he's in there as well. He's got quite a few toys that he has a preference of over all his other ones. He really likes this indestructible book. This thing right here, we got it as a baby shower card, I guess you could say. And he loves this thing. Like, if you look, his eyes are huge. He loves to just crinkle it and chew on it. This is one of his favorites. And he likes to beat it too. That's his favorite thing, is just punching everything. The other toy that is absolutely his favorite is a Similac can. I have a used can with the little scoop still in it, and he loves when somebody shakes it or when he just beats on it. He thinks it's the greatest thing. Most of his favorite toys aren't actually toys. He loves beating on me, especially. He likes beating on boxes, cardboard boxes, or another of his favorite things. But within this last week, I could say his favorite toy has been anything he can stick in his mouth. Which again, I think has to do with the fact he's been popping 2 teeth, so I can understand that. Yeah. You want your book back, or do you want your mirror? You want your mirror? Things seem like they have been changing quite a lot, go through different changes daily, but I think that pretty much covered up all the big ones that he's gone through. Thank you guys for watching, and stick around for his 9-month update. I would like to say it was as long as he was in my stomach, but seeing as how he was in my stomach for 10 months, we still have a little while to go for that one. Alright, Cranky Pants. You ready to go to bed? You ready to go to bed? Come here. Come here. Hey, you want to say bye-bye? Do you want to say bye-bye? Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.